You might know her as a gentle noble, but her real story? It's written in the desert sands. Today, we're diving deep into the two worlds of Peppi Tarakov Havez in this explainer, The Rose of Dual Winds. Okay, so the source material kicks off with this line, and wow, it just nails her whole vibe, right? A quiet petal falling. You think you know what that means. Delicate, fragile. But then bam, before a storm you never saw coming. That right there, that's the whole mystery we're unpacking today. What's the real power hiding behind that gentle face? And this is exactly what the world sees, right? This is her public face, all grace, all nobility. She's the perfect picture of an upper coast aristocrat. You'd expect to see her at a fancy ball, not on a battlefield. But here's the thing, it's not just a persona. It is a veil, and a very, very carefully constructed one at that. So that brings us to the big question, the reason we're doing this explainer. That persona, that's only half the story. The other half, well, it has nothing to do with polite society. We're talking about a secret legacy, one built on incredible power and discipline. And that legacy, it all starts with a name that you'd only hear spoken in whispers. The Veiled Guard Order. This is it. This is the real source of her hidden strength. An ancient, secret society that lives and breathes in the shadows. So what is the Veiled Guard, exactly? Well, think of them as an ancient order of shadow warriors. They're not just fighters. They blend absolutely lethal martial arts with this incredibly deep spiritual discipline. Their whole deal is anonymity and efficiency. They're sworn to protect the biggest secrets and the most powerful people in all of Arreqqana. And here's where it gets personal. This isn't just some random history lesson for Peppi. No, this is literally in her blood. Her own mother, Laasarra, wasn't just in the order. She was one of the absolute best, a true legend. And that rank she held? Royal Sister of the Veiled Guard, or Rivaline Bacalisa. I mean, the weight of that title is just immense. To even earn it, Laasarra had to get through these legendary trials. We're talking things like the Year of No Footprints. And get this, once she took up her duties, her entire existence was scrubbed from public records, just gone. That level of secrecy, that dedication, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. So why would a warrior of that caliber just walk away? This quote from the Order's archives just lays it all out so perfectly. She didn't leave because of weakness. She left because she had a child to protect instead of a queen. It completely reframes everything. Her retirement wasn't an end. It was just shifting her sacred duty from protecting a monarch to protecting her own child, Peppi. But here's the thing about a legacy this powerful. You don't just inherit it. You have to earn it. And Peppi? Oh, she was forged in the exact same desert fires as her mother, all through a sacred ceremony they call the Oath of the Veil. And she did this when she was just 12 years old. Can you imagine? This grueling 5-part ritual. First, the Fenora step. You have to walk across scorching hot sand without making a single sound. Think about that discipline. Then the Balusar, where you're veiled. It's like a symbolic death of your old self. You give up your identity to the order. And then the Naxira, she touched this glowing crystal, and it revealed her destiny. This super rare, white gold emotional resonance. A clear sign of just massive, innate power. And these are the actual words from the oath. Listen to the balance here. It's not about being aggressive. It's all about purpose. My heart bears strength without cruelty. I veil myself in mercy and fire. This isn't just some dusty old philosophy of the Veiled Guard. This is the living, breathing code that now governs both halves of Peppi's soul. So the very last step of the ceremony? They gave her a secret name, one that's meant to capture her very essence. And that name is Funale, which means the petal that refuses to break. I mean, how perfect is that? It's everything we've been talking about, that delicate look on the outside and the absolutely unbreakable core within. Okay, so she's got the lineage, she's taken the oath, but how does all that power actually translate into skill? Like, what does she do? Well, it all starts with a language of combat, actually, a pair of secret dialects that only the Veiled Guard know. So the Order has these two secret martial dialects. Fa is like tactical shorthand. Think quick, sharp commands yelled in the heat of battle. But Bha is the total opposite. It's the language of inner strength, low, resonant sounds you use for focus and balance. And Peppi? Her mastery of both is extremely rare. It means she can command the chaos of the battlefield and the stillness of her own spirit with the exact same precision. And you can see this language come to life in her fighting style. Take the Ferrer Bloom step. She uses her grace not just to dodge, but to totally mess with her opponent's depth perception. Then there's the Bahashra Pulse, this focused internal strike that can actually disrupt someone's breathing and balance. But the most incredible one? The Fa Kila. It's a last resort, and its goal isn't to defeat an enemy, but to calm them. It literally disarms and emotionally neutralizes a threat. Talk about strength without cruelty, right? All right, so we've got the gentle noble and the desert-forged warrior, the soft coastal bloom and the sharp desert thorn. How do these two, seemingly opposite halves, come together to make one person? Well, the answer is actually captured in a single, really powerful symbol that brings it all together. If you break down the order's crest, it's almost like you're reading Peppi's life story. You see that white coastal rose with the red desert-touched petals? That is her. Softness forged by hardship. The twin daggers? That's the deadly duty she inherited. And that half-veiled eye at the top? That's the code she lives by. I see without being seen. But that's not even the whole story. That's the general crest of the order. Peppi, she earned her own unique sigil, the Rose of Dual Winds. And that title is so important. It marks her as this incredibly rare person who is a bridge between two worlds, the flowing, gentle culture of the coast and the harsh, focused discipline of the desert. And really, that's who she is at her core. Not one or the other. She's a perfect synthesis of both. She's the flow of water and the stillness of stone. She is the petal and the sword. A quiet, gentle force with just unbelievable depth. Which, of course, leaves us with one final big question. Remember, her mother believed Peppi's real destiny wasn't to protect thrones, but to protect the delicate threads that connect all of us. So, what happens? What happens when this unbreakable petal, this quiet protector, is finally forced to face a storm that's designed to tear those very threads apart?